Some call it a white light moment. I choose to frame it as a moment of clarity. As I sat there with my younger brother at the end of his childhood bed, scared and begging me to be honest, I had that moment of clarity. 8 years of my substance use history and the pattern behavior that came with it washed over me and started to make sense for the first time. I knew in that moment that my time was up and I was ready to make a change. I grew up in New Canaan in a beautiful home with hardworking and successful parents who afforded me everything I could ask for and more. As I grew older and stepped into high school, I was guided by things like a commitment to sports, academics, and higher education, all in the pursuit of success. When I made it to college, I was living the life I thought I was supposed to live, all while feeling completely disconnected inside. I was constantly measuring myself against others, feeling like I was falling short and generally unsure of who I really was. It was in that space that I found the answer in substances, a temporary relief that became a way to cope. What started in my freshman year of college began a 7-year process that likely echoes the horror stories you hear of others. Overdoses, car accidents, and near-death experiences were a routine part of my story. My life became increasingly unmanageable, but I kept convincing myself that I had it under control, that I could fix it, hide it, or somehow outrun it. But the truth was, I was completely lost. My relationships were strained, trust was broken or non-existent, my family lived in fear, and I had no real sense of purpose or direction. I wasn't living, I was surviving, and barely at that. That night on the edge of my brother's childhood bed wasn't just about the pain I was in, it was about seeing the pain that I had caused. My younger brother, someone I had always wanted to protect, was now sitting in front of me, terrified for my life. That cut more deeply than anything else had. It cut through the denial, the pride, the fear, and it made room for something I hadn't felt in a long time: willingness. The willingness to ask for help, the willingness to be honest, and the willingness to try something different. Recovery didn't fix everything for me overnight. It stripped me down to the core and forced me to rebuild from the inside out. But in that process, I found the version of myself that substances had buried. Someone who could show up, take accountability, and live with integrity. Today, my life looks a lot different. It's not perfect, but it's real. I've built back trust with my family. I've learned how to sit with discomfort instead of running from it, and I've found connection with others, with myself, and with a purpose I never thought I would discover. And none of this would have been possible without my family. My brother may have been the one to hold up the mirror for me that night, but it was the unwavering love and support from all of them that gave me a reason to fight when I couldn't find one for myself. They never stopped believing, even when I had given up. To my mom, dad, Abby, Jamie, and everyone else that believed in me, thank you. If there's one thing I'd want anyone to take away from my story, it's this: no matter how far gone you think you are, no matter how dark it is, change is possible, and I'm living proof of that. Thank you.